in the highest building, right? Do you have any maximum height for this for application for this product service?
Technically, if the so-called within as long as within the so-called engineering calculation, even up to we are talking about high skyscraper.
Yeah.
As long as the anchor capacity still within the safe working load, then we are able to use it. So I don't have a specific height because everywhere they have a different wind load during conditions. But later in the international project reference, Ralph and Magdalena will show you some of the very iconic full high scraper. Quite interesting. Yeah. Then this one is in Jakarta. Also,
I know this place.
All right. Yeah. So the beauty of this is actually that you see they are usually using large slab. It's a huge slab. It's not a small slab. So because of the ceramic, it's actually the ceramic panels. As long as the bending strength or the fluctuation strength of the ceramic panel is able to hold to the design, under the design so-called requirement, then the ceramic panel, they have more freedom to play compared with the natural stone. Because the shape, they can easily to form a different shape, and the color tone, we can customize it. So most of the ceramic panel suppliers, they can customize the patterns, unlike the stone. So it will give more freedom design to the architect. Yeah. Yeah, this is a brand you know who that in Thailand. Then we also have in Singapore. We also have 3 store, all actually using our FZP2 anchors. Yep. So now go to project reference. I will hand over to Ralph and Magdalena.
Okay. Yes, Ralph and Magda.
Okay. This is actually one of the first projects, public projects which we ever did. It was the beginning, 1994. We started, I guess, if I remember well, 1990 something. But we selected that big project because we got trust in us that our system works. It was for us really a big step forward in the journey on worldwide references as well, where we used the FZP1. This one is also interesting and also demonstrates, meanwhile, that facade business or big projects are always in combination with worldwide operating companies, manufacturer, and experts like engineers, facade consultants, even suppliers are, let's say, spread all over the world. And it was also for us a big project, including providing our drill rig stations on site, providing trainings on site. And if you look on the quick info, you see it's a big bunch of global working organizations and people together. And that makes the things also interesting and unique to have a collaboration all over culture-wide. This is what we really like to do as well. This is also an iconic project. We are especially proud because, I tell you the truth, we replaced the traditional pin system out of that project because they had some problems with some breakage, especially high costs of maintenance, and the owner decided, no, we changed completely the system. Let's use Fischer FZP anchors because we can activate also the bending strength of the material, and yeah, we are really lucky that we also had the chance. In the beginning, we lost the project due to price reasons, but at the end, we got it back, and we believe we are the better solution. long time.
Yeah, maybe I can say some words to this project. The cladding material is actually a natural stone from Germany, produced there. Also, the panels, the drill holes have been drilled there. Then the owner is actually a Chinese company. The contractor is from the Middle East. The architect is from New York, Chicago, the SOM, the famous architect that operates worldwide. So yeah, we have here again, just like Ralph said before, a worldwide span of involved parties. And altogether we managed to clad the highest natural stone facade in the world. So with 412 meters, so far no problems. So we're really proud that we were chosen to do this, and it was the construction started with the natural stone in 2008. So yeah, we're really happy about this one, that we were able to clad it, even though as you can see we have high wind loads, for very tall building, but yeah, it's a landmark in Kuwait.
So like products from Fischer don't have any maximum highest for the buildings, right? But the
Correct. So we just have to make the static calculations and see if everything is according to the safety regulations, and if that all works out, and we really have like we can do a lot higher, because our products are just that we just have really good products that can hold large panels, even in large thicknesses in natural stone. Just to give you an example, in the US they like to use the limestone, which is a really weak stone, and you have to have 5 centimeters thickness minimum, and even for those type of stones we have solutions that can be used in rough climates. So yeah. Yeah, that's a project that was finished recently. It's again a natural stone from Germany, shipped to the US, and shipped actually first to Miami, where they made units, steel frames or aluminum frames, and the stone with our anchor, and then they shipped it up to New Jersey and clad the facade with it. It's also a large building. Actually, it's the tallest building in whole New Jersey, and it's right outside of the Freedom Tower of Manhattan. And there we had one of these cases. We had to use 5 centimeter stone due to local regulations, even though from a statistical standpoint it was not necessary, but the law was just that we have to use 5 cm. And yeah, so also nice project.
Interesting home, actually.
This one is a project. It's for sure the scale is a little bit smaller, but anyhow, we wanted to let you also know it's the challenge for that project that we had a facade application as well. We had a roof application, and to combine both, it was a little bit more the challenging part. But you see it as well. We combined 2 different, let's say concealed subframe systems, even to fulfill that kind of high-end villa in Croatia. It's also similar to the reference which Cedric shown before at the Prada shop. It was also similar. This one we want to mention as well. It's located in Iceland, means seismic area as well. We just recently finished that project. We are also proud operate in all kind of environmental issues with our Fischer system solutions.
Wow.
This one is also a really iconic project, which we did together with, the company is probably well known, the contractor Gardner Steel or Permastelisa, sometimes well known. The challenge for that project was its organic design shape. That means every single, let's say, panel was different. And in that case, we used as well our unique FZP-G glass anchor as well. And the material described as a crystalline material. It's not anymore, it's more or less from the properties of glass. It's not anymore ceramic or something like that. And it made the thing really special. Would be nice to do more projects like that, but this is something special which we performed in Santiago de Chile in South America.
Yeah, so that's an older project out of New York, but it's one of the largest there that we clad with the limestone, and it's really iconic, and it was again a cooperation between a lot of countries. So we are really happy that we have the subsidiaries worldwide. In this case, here we have, of course, an office in the US, so that we can, not just operate from Germany. You always have these time differences, but that we have local people there, just similar to we have our office in Singapore. We have Mr. Safety as our partner in Indonesia, so that projects that are on other parts of the world can go smoothly.
This is actually an old project reference as well, based in our capital city in Germany. We had there also a challenge in terms of the formats as well. And for sure, it was located in the capital of our country.
Yeah, and maybe I can add, this material is also German limestone. It's called Muschelkalk or fossil stone, and it's a quite weak stone, but we have a special anchor type for weak limestones. So yeah, this was possible even though it has a certain height.
So Magda and Ralph, I just want to questions. I have a concern about. We already know Fischers don't have any maximum heights to use this product, but for weight, maybe this anchor of this Fischer products, any have a maximum weight to can hold the materials. Ralph or Magda, because we know like natural stone or some glasses have big weight to handle for the anchors.
Yeah. So we actually we won't have a weight limitation. We can describe the load-bearing behavior of our selected undercut anchors precisely, even if we do the special, if it's necessary, special pull-out testing, shear load testing. And according to the existing, let's say, dead loads, we would select the amount of or the use of undercut anchors. But actually, there is no limitation. The limitation would be in that case if the steel breaks of our FZP anchors, but we anyhow have the limitations of the safety factors.
No, so when we want to use the panel materials, we have a big weight. Maybe you, Cedric or Magda, can invite to explanation and give presentations about that, right?
Yeah. For this, the weight is really subject to the materials. We have to went through the test, then we will know whether the what is the capacity of the panels, of the panel materials in terms of tension, in terms of shear. But in general, for natural stone, 30 mm like granite, okay, just give you a very rough indicative the loading. We are talking about one single anchors, about 200 kg to 500 kg. It depends on the density. Right? One anchor only.
Oh.
Yeah. So then for the natural stone wise, we have 4 anchors.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's really, in terms of design wise, the anchor and after the test, the capacity of the anchor or the anchor itself, the steel strength is always not the first concern. It's not the decisive failure factors. The decisive failure factor is always the panel materials, because because we are talking about the bending strength.
Yeah. Because
due to wing, we have the wing suction and the wing compression, then will cause the panels the bending failure. That will be actually in normal 90%. I can say is actually that will be the weakest part, which we need to pay more attention on that. Yeah.
Wow, quite interesting. 200 for one pieces anchor.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Even for those granite, when we conduct the ultimate test, which is the destructive test load, the value can be shoot up to 14, can be shoot up to 15. It depends. Really depends. 14 kilonewton, which means 1 ton plus. You're close to 2 ton. It's really subject to the so-called the panel materials, how the panel material is actually performed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
It is quite interesting. Maybe I want to translate to the participants. Jadi Bapak Ibu, satu anchor dari Fischer ini itu bisa menahan beban sekitar 200 kg nih. Jadi kalau misalnya ada desain-desain yang seperti ini yang membutuhkan tampilan fasadnya adalah mungkin ada natural stone atau mungkin keramik, ini masih bisa dimanfaatkan anchor ini seperti itu. Okay, please, Cedric, maybe you can you want more.
Maybe I try to explain Pak Bayu. Maybe I try a bit explain for that. Normally, if you have like stone cladding or ceramic cladding or even concrete, for example.
Yeah.
Normally, the who failed first during the you given load to the anchor, normally the concrete or the material cladding itself normally will be fail first rather than the anchor. Anchor fail normally on the torsion. So when you tighten the anchor, and then when you tighten and you give the torsion and tighten the anchor, and then you overload, and then the anchor will be break, for example, like that. But normally, who break first is the panel. So yes, it means that one anchor, I'll say that Cedric said is 200 kilograms, but once you install in the panel, you are not install one anchor, but you install 4 anchor. But when you install 4 anchor, it depend on the area of the panel itself. Because once you do the fixed point system like that means all the stress, the glass, all the panel stress will be to the corner, to the anchor area. So that's actually the more critical area for the panel, for the glass panel, for the concrete. I mean, for the say I would say GRC or this one or stone or ceramic itself, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, it's actually to the point. So because the panel we need to have we will have a four anchors, 4 anchor point to take a panel size. For instance, the natural stone we can go up to 3 meters square. Then just to show you one example, like this is actual limestone. So this is actually the test from the third-party lab. We have this. This is all failure load. To determine the capacity of the anchor, not only talk about the figures, but also we need to consider about the deviation, which means the more deviate the failure, the result is, then the smaller the so-called the capacity is. So as a result, you can see from here that we have all the failure load at this range. This is under tension. This is under shear. Then eventually, after we consider the deviation, standard deviation, then bring in the safety factors, that the 5% factor of failure in terms of characteristic in tension is actually 600 kg. This in shear load is actually 700 kg. Yeah, just for one single point. But it's really subject to the material itself. Yeah. All right.
Okay, it's quite interesting, Cedric's. Okay, we will back to the presentations. Okay, this is the one of hotel in Berlin, right, Ralph?
Yeah. We can go actually, Cedric, to the next one as well.
Yeah.
This is actually a project based in the Pacific region in Auckland. We did there. It was one of the first big projects in the heart or downtown of Auckland. A natural stone facade. Also, the stone provider does come from Europe, and also especially we had also the possibility to do interior cladding. We had both. That was something special. It was also special. We had outside 30 millimeter or 3 cm panels. Inside we used 20 mm.
Yep.
For sure, we have a big bunch of different projects which we realized in China. We just put out only a few. It's an old project which we already did 2006. Special of that project was it's still the highest sandstone project worldwide, and that makes the things or made the things for us challenging as well. Sandstone is also a soft stone, and we tried to find there a safe solution as well. This is recently a project which we finalized in Chongqing in China, and if you look probably to the design and the shape, it reminds you immediately to the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. It's really special is actually it's the highest building with a horizontal part in height and more than 200 meters, and this makes the things really special. Coming back again to one of the most challenging areas worldwide, which we performed several big large-scale and high-rise buildings, is as well here in Taipei. We had here the possibility to fulfill the highest wind loads ever. So 8 kilonewton per square meter is really a lot. and this in combination with seismic loads as well. Again, project in Taiwan. It's in that case natural stone granite. Also, really a tall building. It's yeah, let's say a combination. It's a high-rise building with residential and some public spaces as well. Again, with seismic. Here we have a project which we recently did in Taiwan again. It was a project which we performed with the material of Dapatkan, means a thin material, again with seismic and high wind loads. This was really a unique project in Tashkent. Really special was to provide that amount of machines on site to Tashkent. It was logistic-wise for us also challenging to provide 13 drill bit machines there. We also sent over our colleagues also from headquarters to provide trainings that everything runs smooth and safe. This is in Switzerland, again, a project which we performed. I don't know when it was. The specialty was here that we did the project together with the general contractor Yuanda. Yuanda is a Chinese-based company, and they started beginning of the 2000s. Also a subsidiary in a city of Switzerland, and they came to us and asked us if we would like to do together with them in Switzerland a project. So again, it's interesting. The project was located in Switzerland. The assembly was in China. Project based in India. We do since a while a lot of projects in India as well. Here we have again ceramic tile projects which we did in the Netherlands. Also, if you look on the panel size, it's from a manufacturer. It's an old traditional ceramic manufacturer based in the Netherlands, where we customized a special FZP T anchor. The T anchors are actually for thin materials, and we had there the specialty and the challenge to find a proper solution, and we developed for that project a special thread length of our anchor. So interesting is we can customize project-wise items as well. This is something which we do, and you should know that if it's necessary, we can do something like that. This is the project which was shown before as well in another slide from Cedric, where we also used in a double skin glass facade and also some parts interior with our glass anchor FZPG. We had also the big opportunity to be part of the new governmental district in Beijing. it was, I believe, one of the biggest projects or infrastructure project which we delivered a massive amount of our undercut anchors there, and it was really, astonishing what kind of projects were realized in China as well.
Yep.
Thank you. So your product is already well known in worldwide, right?
Exactly. The idea was to demonstrate as well that we are working really globally, and we know the local requirements and, let's say, the given environmental requirements as well.
Okay, so I think it is quite interesting to talk about this product from Fischer. And so thank you, Cedric, Prof, Magda, to share to us about your products. And thank you, Pak Satria, sudah membantu kita menjadi professional reviewer di sini, Pak. And so we will move to part read a question from the participants, Magda, Cedric, and Ralph. Actually, it is quite inquiry for Pak Marlon. Pak Marlon sepertinya habis ini akan banyak dihubungi nih, Pak. Okay, so maybe Ziza can read the question from the participants, please.
Okay, thank you, Bayut, and thank you, Cedric, Ralph, and Magda for the presentation, and thank you, Pak Satria. And I will read the question in chat box. The first question from Pak Beta, beliau menunjukkan ke Pak Marlon nih, Pak. Mohon untuk share the leaflet teknis produk Fischer ke WA-nya Pak Beta. Pak Beta need and ask for Pak Marlon to give technical leaflet about the Fischer products. So Pak Marlon, you can send the technical brochure to Pak Beta.
Yeah, sure. I will contact him immediately after this.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih Pak Beta.
Ya, terima kasih Mbak Ziza, Pak Marlon. Saya tunggu. Saya masih mau dapat pertanyaan loh itu.
Betul. Ada pertanyaan lagi tambahan dari Pak Beta ya Pak di bawah Pak. Okay. And the second question from Pak Beta. Pak Beta bertanya untuk asumsi harga terpasang di harga berapa Pak? Dengan material flat fabrikasi.
This question for Pak Beta is quite interesting because directly to asking about the price
project.
To give the rate according to the meter square, because it depends on the what kind of plant that you use, what kind of frame that you use for the subframe and just like to complete system. So I think better we can discuss after this.
Kalau kalian beritahu saya apa salah saya, mau saya kemana, kan lebih gampang.
Kisaran
ke jantung,
range of
saya kemana masuk
Kawasan ya, kalau enggak nanti kami sudah tertarik.
Okay.
Yeah. I think for price, it's very I will call you immediately. It's around maybe 400 until 2 million per each square. It's very huge.
Okay.
This is huge.
It's also very different if you have an exposed solution or a concealed solution, which system on the back. So it's it can really go from 0 to 100. You know, it's just
depends on the product, the project, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you Pak Beta. Semoga cukup menjawab.
Nanti Pak Beta habis ini telepon Pak Marlon, boleh ya Pak ya?
Capri, ya.
Langsung.
Terima kasih Pak Beta, thank you Pak.
Terima kasih Pak Marlon.
Sama-sama Pak. Salam buat Jogja ya.
Ya, betul.
Waalaikumsalam.
Salam Pak.
Lanjut, ya.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Beta dan thank you Pak Marlon. And the next question from Pak Ivan Kurniawan. He asked the brochure to Pak. So Pak Marlon present the brochure to Pak Beta and Pak Ivan. Okay. And then the next question from Pak Cecep Hartono. Oh, he said he must leave the Zoom because the Wi-Fi unstable. But he just give some explanation that he used a lot of fishing for concrete facade. Maybe Pak Marlon can follow up.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the boss. Yeah, I know this.
Yeah. Okay. And the next question from Pak Ako Wahyudi. Beliau bertanya apakah Fischer membuka peluang untuk riset lokal dalam penggunaan material, terutama mengenai koneksi antar elemen yang digunakan, Pak. Or maybe Cedric or Ralph can answer this question. Maybe Pak Ako said that he asked about does Fischer open up the opportunity local research in the used material, especially regarding the connection between the element used. Or maybe Ralph or Cedric?
Yeah, I think you understand what the question, Ralph or Cedric?
I didn't get the question, please. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Paco, he said
okay, I will
about
explain.
the local research.
And they asking about there is any possibility to work together for the reset or for the testing in local regarding the connection, even the anchor with the stone or something.
In local.
Local research, or maybe.
What kind of local research?
Like
about education section, and maybe or Paco can hear me.
Maybe Paco can open the mic. I think.
Yeah.
Better.
Paco. Selamat sore, Paco. Mungkin boleh dijelaskan. Ya, silakan Paco. Ya.
Oh, risetnya ini termasuk Bapak untuk master
produk material atau misalnya?
Oh. Bukan lebih ke arah akademis, maksudnya untuk program riset S2 S1 bukan maksudnya. So he said maybe he have any chance if they can combine our anchor with the local frame or subframe, like steel or any kind of frame that's tested or have the research to get like some education academic to get the master degree or bachelor degree. Sometimes, in academic, some last paper can make a paper based on the any test or research, maybe.
You mean for academic research purpose?
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, something like that. There's any possibility to do that?
Ralph, what is your comment?
So it would be interesting to know further inside view, but we are open to discuss. It depends how, but in general, we would say if you start to mix established system, then it causes also some uncertainty in terms of safety, and this is what we really want to avoid. But we are open to check locally what is the given material, etc. Then we can discuss something like that. But our main purpose is for sure that we distribute and also to consult our Fischer facade system solutions. I hope this answered your question.
Oke, thank you Ralph. Berarti masih terbuka ya Pak Marlon ya peluangnya. Nanti tinggal didiskusikan saja seperti apa nanti yang akan digunakan untuk produknya ya Pak ya. Materialnya, betul. Oke, thank you Ralph for your answer. And the next question from Pak Adi Wijaya. Beliau bertanya, jika satu anchor bisa menahan sampai 200 gram secara vertikal, kemudian berapa kilogram jika dipasangnya secara horizontal? Oh, Pak Marlon, or I can translate to English to Cedric to answer this question.
This question is not really clear regarding what kind of horizontal and vertical, but he asking regarding if the slab is applied in vertical. Can one anchor can hold until up to 200 kg. Yeah. How about if the slab is applied in horizontal direction? Maybe you can.
You mean ceiling? If horizontal, if the
like I think he said like I think a ceiling of
horizontal.
Yeah, for horizontal, yes, our subframe we are able to use it. Just imagine that we have just hold on. Let me bring these photos.
I think the building like have the tunnel, wind tunnel. You can show the building have the wind tunnel in the hole.
I think Cedric. I think I don't know if you have the tabulation. In the tabulation, normally that the anchorage, they have a tabulation like how much the maximum tensile strength that you are, this product have, and also the seal strength, the shear, tensile, and the ultimate strength. I think that's it for the each anchor.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put it in this way. For the capacity of the anchors, is subject to the where we go to the test. As I shared before the screen, is actually we have a tabulation on the based on the third-party lab test. We have the tension capacity, we have the shear failure capacities. Then from there, we will break into the safe working load in terms of fractal failure in characteristic capacities. Then from there, then we can determine whether it's can we apply on the ceiling or not. So I will only say, because I will say this is a very generic question. If a natural stone 200 kg, it's a good granite, it's a good quality granite with 20 mm or even 30 mm, then we have 200 kg. It's not a problem. Just now, as you can see, even a good quality limestone, we can go up to 600 kg per point. The only thing is for this, if we are going to use our full system, imagine we just use the horizontal, but now we turn it upside down. 90 degree to as a ceiling, then our framing is still able to use it. But only thing we need to add just to add a screw to tighten the clasp tied to the horizontal profile. Then we to prevent the panel from slippage. Yeah. But yes, answer to the question, yes, it can be done.
Okay, thank you, Cedric. Berarti sudah bisa menahan sampai 600 kg juga ya Pak Marlon, 200 kg sampai 600 kg dengan full system seperti itu.
Mungkin I make it in simple Indonesia ya. Jadi tesnya yang parameter anchor yang pada slab entah itu seramik ataupun batu itu kita ada dua parameter, shear atau gas geser ataupun tension atau tarik. Nah, dua parameter itu yang kita pakai untuk tergantung posisinya bagaimana, entah horizontal atau vertikal. So jadi dua parameter itu yang dipakai untuk setiap desain. Katakanlah kalau kita pasang vertikal berarti horizon dead load-nya ditahan oleh gaya shear. Angkur kita begini, jadi shear. Sedangkan kalau kita upside down, angkur begini kelihatan tangan saya, jadi ini tension. So that's basic untuk menentukan jumlah anchor. Walaupun demikian kita ada guidance seperti sertifikat approval untuk mendesain. Jadi tidak semata-mata satu angkur berapa kilo langsung kita bagi rata terhadap anchor. Jadi kita harus desain sesuai dengan acuan dari ITIA approval. Yeah, so I say it's not like easy simple design that the total weight we divide with the capacity of the anchor, but some guidance from our certificate or ETA approval to make it more easy to design the anchor, right?
Okay. Thank you, Pak Marlon, jawabannya, and thank you, Cedric. And the next question from Pak Adi Wijaya. He asked about how deep the anchors will be planted in the glass. Maybe you can answer this question.
Boleh diulang, Zita,
Okay.
pertanyaannya?
How deep the anchors will be planted in the glass? Maybe around.
Do you have any calculate about how deep the anchors when we use for the glass or the facades? Yeah, maybe Cedric or Rolf, do you want to answer these questions? Or Pak Marlon, do you want to help answer the question, Pak?
Yeah, I think we can show the anchor picture lah. Tadi can you answer regarding this? Depends on the depth of the drilling on the glass.
The embedment depth, right?
Yeah, embedment depth.
Okay, so basically for the embedment depth, for let's say 10 or 12 mm, in general, our remaining wall thickness is actually 40% of the panel thickness as a remaining wall thickness. Then if let's say we have a laminator, then of course, because we have a limited combination, for the laminator, we can have a 10 combined with A, or 10 by 10, or 10 by 12. So means to say we have to drill through the first glass 10 mm, then with another embedment of a remaining wall thickness of 40%. So for instance, 10 plus A is 18. So we need to drill 8 mm, remaining 4 mm. So let's say we remain 4 mm. Then we have to drill another 4 mm. So total drill depth is actually 14 mm. It's just give you a guideline. Yeah. All right.
Okay. I hope it's clear enough, Pak Adi. Okay, maybe Pak Adi mau ada pertanyaan tambahan, silakan Pak Adi. Oh, sudah cukup. Okay, it's quite enough. Okay, thank you Pak Adi. And I will read the next question from Pak Dwinanto. Beliau bertanya mengenai mutu boten berapa yang direkomendasikan untuk angkor ini, Pak? What quality of concrete is recommended for this anchor?
Sorry, come again.
What quality of concrete is recommended for this anchor?
Concrete.
Mutu beton. Maybe it's called
concrete compressive strength. I think.
Oh, concrete
compressive strength.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah. You can explain, please.
If I'm not wrong, the question is actually asking the facade anchor related to concrete strength. Am I right to say that?
Yeah.
That's right.
Are we referring to concrete panel, or because this anchor is actually used for facade? For anchoring into anchoring into concrete, then should be another type of anchors. Am I right?
Actually, if we are talking about anchoring in concrete, does it mean we are talking about the base structure of the building, or does it mean are we talking about concrete
facade panels?
Facade panels, because we do have also manufacturers who offering, let's say it's a glass fiber reinforced concrete, and there we have a typical flexural strength of that type of concrete cladding material, and then we can say and give also statements of the performance of our undercut anchor. But at the end, we need to understand what kind of concrete it is or the material. In general, I wouldn't give an answer, but we do have tested concrete fiber reinforced cladding material, and we have values available.
Thank you.
So Fischer already have anchor for that materials, right? For the concrete.
Exactly. We do have that in place, and it won't be a problem even to transfer this to Marlon and to let you know. It's an easy exercise. We have a big library of different materials which we tested.
Oke, thank you also Pak Dwianto. Jadi mungkin nanti akan dijawab lagi oleh Pak Marlon di sini sebagai perwakilan Fischer. Intinya adalah punya ya Pak Marlon ya, cuman tipenya yang berbeda.
Iya, jadi mungkin singkatnya Indonesia mungkin biar bisa lebih jelas. Mungkin pertanyaannya bagaimana sistem ini, apakah ada mutu beton minimal? Ya, karena kita punya range selain anchor yang buat di material panelnya, kita juga spesialis untuk anchor yang untuk ke konkret. Jadi range anchor kita banyak, jadi jangan takut berapapun mutu betonnya, selama itu tidak di bawah syarat struktural, kita masih bisa desain.
Yang pasti harus menghubungi Pak Marlon ya Pak untuk lebih detailnya nanti. Oke. Thank you Pak Marlon. Oke, kita lanjutkan sih ya.
Okay, the next question from Pak Dwi. He asked about how much for the shear. Maybe you can share the tabulation of tensile force or the shear once more. Okay.
That is really depends on the materials. That just now I show is just a so-called one of the limestone we use for one project. But as a matter of fact, every project they might have using different so-called panel material, different natural stone from different countries and different earth layers. So as a result, the capacity is not like we are talking about the expansion anchor to the concrete, grade 40, grade 45, everything is standard. But for the panel, for sub-panel, natural stone-wise, is totally different. It's really subject to the material itself. So that's why we need to engage the third-party lab to do the test, and then we will know the safe working load.
Okay.
Yeah. There is no standard guideline. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Cedric. Berarti tidak ada standar guideline ya, tergantung material yang digunakan. Benar ya Pak Marlon ya? Baik.
Ya, betul.
Okay. The next question from Pak Victor. Pak Victor bertanya, can I use this anchor for glass as substitution for glass spider for building facade? The answer is yes, ya, Pak Marlon. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Pak Marlon. Terima kasih, Pak Victor. Semoga cukup menjawab. Dan pertanyaan berikutnya dari Pak Iwan Kustiawan. Next question from Pak Iwan. He asked about the installation of building on the beach. Is it safe for the air around or the wind around the beach? And the second question, does the taller building, the Fischer size is different? Okay, maybe you can answer the first question about the installation on the beach. Is it safe for air around the beach or?
I believe he's referring to the so-called in the salty atmosphere, the corrosion will attack on the material itself. So basically, what I can tell you is that we have a project reference in Hong Kong. We have a project reference. Those places are with typhoon, with the blow with the sea waters. So I would say yes, there will be some corrosion for sure, but we have the project reference. So far, until now, nothing happened. I would say yes, we have the solution. You can use it near the sea area, Bay Area, or sometime some quite often now in Vietnam also they have some hotel resort being built near the beach. They are also considering our anchors. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Cedric. And the next question from Pak Iwan. Does the more taller the building, the Fischer used in this building is have size different? Okay. Or
maybe the question is if the more highest buildings, it is Fischer have another sizing for the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So typically, actually, our anchors will have the formats we describe or defined it in M6 or M8. In the most cases, it's absolutely sufficient, even in the tallest buildings. With an M8, we actually can provide really high wind, or we fulfill highest wind loads and dead loads as well. And it relates us to the discussion that the limitation will be anyhow the material itself.
So for the anchors from Fischer is not problems, right? Because
exactly,
we concerned about what kind of the materials for the facade. Okay. Okay, so the answer is not problems, Zah. Jadi tidak ada terlalu banyak perbedaan antara semakin tinggi gedung itu dibangun ataupun gedung yang posisinya nggak terlalu tinggi gitu ya. Kurang lebih seperti itu jawabannya. Mudah-mudahan cukup menjawab Pak Iwan atas jawabannya. And then the question for Pak Iwan is the last question in the chat columns, chat rooms. So I think we go to the ending of this talk show. So before we end this talk show and these discussions, Ziza will have another information for the participant and all of you. Okay, silakan Mbak Ziza.
Okay, thank you, Bayu, and thank you, Cedric, Ralph, and Magda. This is the last question from Pak Iwan. So I have give some announcement about the certificate, because all the participants who coming and join in this meeting will have, and we will give the certificate for them. Okay, I will share how to get the certificate from Catalog Pro. Jadi Bapak Ibu dan rekan-rekan, silakan mengakses Catalog Pro. Saya izin share screen. Oke. Jadi Bapak Ibu dan rekan-rekan tinggal masuk ke dalam Catalog Pro, kemudian di landing page-nya Catalog Pro, di kolom brand news, di sebelah kolom brand news, Bapak Ibu akan mendapatkan dan melihat button discuss. Tinggal diklik button discuss-nya. Kemudian di-scroll sedikit ke bawah. Kemudian Bapak Ibu tinggal mengikuti instruksi dari saya dengan menuliskan $Catalog Pro Request Certificate POTW with $Fischer dan menuliskan nama lengkap Bapak Ibu semua. Jadi untuk semua partisipan bisa mendapatkan Catalog Pro, mendapatkan sertifikat dari Catalog Pro dengan cara menuliskan $Request Certificate TW with $Fischer dan menuliskan nama lengkap Bapak Ibu semua. Seperti itu. Dan juga kami ingin mengundang dan mengajak rekan-rekan untuk terus mengikuti program-program lainnya dari Katalog Pro. Dan itu kita akan mendapatkan dan mengajak rekan-rekan untuk hadir di Product of the Week berikutnya bersama Pentense di tanggal 14 September nanti. Kita akan membahas mengenai produk Pentense yaitu SPU 1000. Dan di sini kita akan memberikan berbagai macam hadiah-hadiah juga untuk para peserta yang hadir. Untuk cara aksesnya tadi di Katalog Pro boleh diklik di katalogpro.co.id. Jadi sekali lagi informasi-informasi mengenai program acara Katalog Pro dan juga sertifikat bisa Bapak Ibu akses di dalam katalogpro.co.id. Selain itu, kita juga mengajak rekan-rekan untuk mengikuti acara berikutnya dengan Asahimas. Kita mengadakan special talk show di tanggal 30 September dengan judul Strategi Desain Fasad Bangunan untuk Memenuhi Kriteria Bangunan Gedung Hijau Indonesia. Dan kita juga mengajak rekan-rekan dan Bapak Ibu semua untuk mengikuti Pro Quiz dari Katalog Pro. Jadi per 3 minggu sekali kita mengadakan Pro Quiz. Jadi Bapak Ibu tinggal menjawab pertanyaan yang kami berikan, kemudian tinggal diisi di kolom komen, misalnya 1C, 2A, kemudian Bapak Ibu post, dan nanti kita akan undi jawaban Pro Quiz-nya di tanggal 14 September. Seperti itu Mas Bayu.
Oke, mungkin tambahan dari saya, Katalog Pro selama ini melakukan selalu program-program online, tapi pada Kamis dan Jumat minggu ini, 8 dan 9 September, kita akan hadir di kota Medan. Jadi bagi teman-teman Medan yang hadir di hari ini, kita akan ketemu di tanggal 9 September nanti untuk kita akan hadir di kota Medan, dan nanti kita akan juga membawa menginvite 2 brand atau 2 produk yang akan menyampaikan inovasi dari produknya. Jadi sampai ketemu tanggal 8 dan 9 September teman-teman Medan. Jadi kita akan datang dan kita akan adakan eventnya secara offline. Dan terakhir dari saya, seperti yang tadi saya sampaikan, acara ini adalah acara Run to Pravi Second Anniversary Gala Dinner. Jadi di tanggal 17 November nanti, Pravi akan mengadakan gala dinner, dan ini akan juga diikuti oleh Fischer sebagai salah satu brand yang support pada acara ini, dan di sini juga Fischer akan hadir dan memberikan presentasi di acara ini. Jadi bagi teman-teman dicatat tanggalnya, tanggal 17 November, Pravi akan mengadakan perayaan anniversary-nya yang kedua. Dan ini akan kita adakan di Hotel Mulia, Jakarta, Indonesia. Seperti itu ya Pak Satria ya. Jadi nanti kita akan mengundang, jadi bagi teman-teman yang ingin hadir, silakan bisa hadir ya Pak. Oke. Dan juga terakhir, seperti yang tadi disampaikan bahwa di sesi Product of the kali ini, kita juga akan memberikan door prize untuk 3 orang yang beruntung, dan door prize ini tidak dalam berbentuk barang Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian. Kita akan berikan adalah slot untuk bisa hadir di malam gala dinner Pravi tersebut. Nah, mungkin bisa kita langsung sebutkan, dan ini kita akan berikan sebetulnya bagi penanya-penanya, dan kita akan pilih 3 pertanyaan terbaik yang akan mendapatkan undangan untuk bisa hadir di malam anniversary gala dinner Pravi 17 November nanti. Silakan Mbak Ziza.
Oke, baik. Jadi sudah kita pilihkan. Jadi yang akan mendapatkan, kita umumkan dulu ada 2 orang yang mendapatkan tiket untuk workshop bersama Fischer nanti. Di sini adalah Pak Adi Wijaya dan Pak Dwinanto. Selamat Pak Adi Wijaya dan Pak Dwinanto. Dan kemudian yang mendapatkan gala dinner, 1 tiket gala dinner adalah Bapak Ako. Selamat Pak Ako, Pak Ako Wahyudi Effendi.
Selamat Pak Ako.
Selamat, Bapak mendapatkan 1 tiket untuk gala dinner bersama Pravi di tanggal 17 November nanti Pak. Oke. Baik, jadi sekali lagi saya akan umumkan bahwa yang mendapatkan 2 tiket workshop adalah Pak Adi Wijaya dan juga Pak Dwinanto. Yang mendapatkan 1 tiket dinner, gala dinner, yaitu ada Pak Ako Wahyudi. Selamat kepada para pemenang. Okay.
Okay. Ziza already shares about the door prize. The 3% in this participants already share about the questions. Get invitation for come to the Pravi events on November. So we already end this event. So I think I would like to say thank you to Cedric, Ralph, and Magda to share about the Fischer's products. So I think it is quite clear and interesting, and maybe hopefully become a solution for the consultant architecture and the facade in Indonesia. Thank you, Magda, Cedric, and Ralph.
Thank you for the opportunities. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meet a winner in person in November.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Exactly. We're looking forward to see you again in November.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Magda. And then terima kasih Pak Marlon sudah hadir sebagai representatif Fischer di Indonesia, dan mudah-mudahan dari secara ini Pak Marlon akan sibuk ngangkat telepon ya Pak.
Pak, thank you ya waktunya ya.
Oke. Dan juga untuk terakhir Pak Satria, terima kasih Pak waktunya dan juga kesempatannya udah bisa mengundang Pak Satria dan menghadirkan Pak Satria sebagai professional reviewer hari ini, dan sampai ketemu Pak Satria.
Ya, sampai ketemu sama-sama. Makasih banyak. Thank you, Magda, Hendrik. Thank you very much. Pak Marlon, thank you.
Ya Pak.
Thank you juga.
Okay. So for the
we already ending in this event. So I think I want to say thank you for all, and terima kasih untuk Bapak Ibu sekalian yang sudah hadir di dalam sesi acara hari ini.
Terima kasih.
Acara ini akan ditayangkan kembali di YouTube channel Katalog Pro. So this talk show we will share it in the YouTube channel Katalog Pro. So Cedric, Magda, or Ralph, if you want to watch again this session,
Insyaallah,
we will upload in YouTube Katalog Pro 5 days until 7 days after these days. So before we close this talk show, I want to asking for all you and the participants to say the Katalog Pro tagline. It's the GoPro with Katalog Pro.
Okay.
Okay.
For the closing statement, we invite all participants and all guys to turn on the microphone or the camera to say that tagline Katalog Pro is GoPro with Katalog Pro. Okay.
Ziza will count 1, 2, 3, and you all can say GoPro with Katalog Pro. Okay. Please, Ziza.
Okay, I will counting down 3, 2, 1, go.
GoPro with
Katalog Pro.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you Cedric, Ralph, and Magda. Thank you so much for your
Jangan lupa
product of Fischer, and thank you Pak Satria. Terima kasih sudah menjadi professional reviewer di acara Product of the Week. Kita ketemu lagi untuk teman-teman. Terima kasih sudah hadir dalam acara Product of the Week bersama Fischer hari ini. Dan jangan lupa untuk terus saksikan Product of the Week minggu depan. Kita bersama Pentens dan juga Product of the Week Pravi Series. Jadi kita akan membahas mengenai produk-produk fasad yang ada di Indonesia. Seperti itu. Dan jangan lupa untuk terus saksikan, ada special talk show nanti di tanggal 30 September bersama Asahimas, dan juga tanggal 9 September nanti kita akan bertemu di Medan. Sampai jumpa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore. Thank you, Rolf.
Good
afternoon, everyone.
Sorry for Magda, and Marlon. Maybe can you stay? We have web up meetings to discuss it about this event. So please stay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you Pak Ade. Cepat sembuh Pak, sehat-sehat. Thank you Pak Wijaya.
Thank you all.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much.
Okay.